Get started here. Let me hit the record button. Welcome you guys to the rNetwork corporate update call today. My name's Dave Dove and I am super excited. Working out of my house and have been for over a week, so kind of nice to be quarantined, and what better people to be quarantined than with my family. So it's good. So we're all healthy here. Hopefully all of you are healthy, and we actually were practicing social distancing up until yesterday, and we invited my kids and who are married, and then we invited one of my daughters. Well, my daughter's not one of them. My daughter's boyfriend and his family to come and enjoy dinner with us yesterday, and it was actually really awesome. Good friends. Got to re-catch up with them. We've been friends with them for we figured yesterday, 27 years that we were friends with this kid's family that we had no idea they were going to hook up at this time of life. So kind of exciting. So, but I tell you that because to start our call off, I wanted to put out a prayer and thoughts to all of those who are affected by this virus. The friends that were with us yesterday, a close friend of theirs, they have not been around for a while, lost their dad yesterday to it. And so happened yesterday here in Utah. So it was one of the second deaths here in Utah. So my heart and prayer go out to all of those who might know somebody, or you are suffering from it, or what have you. And if you are, please eat your vegetables and drink lots of juice and get lots of rest and try to take care of yourself. But I wanted to address it for a moment, briefly, and then we'll get started. And that is that this is such an incredible, I don't want to call it an opportunity as much as a blessing to so many people. I know that's tough to understand, but I think it's one of those times in our life where it's something that we can learn a lot from, and we can go to, oh, there's Allie. We can learn a lot from this situation, but we also can help other people around us. And so I spent the day on Saturday going around, and I helped my sister, who actually was exposed to it, and I have not seen my sister or been around her, so I don't have to worry about me having it. But she was exposed through her son, who was exposed, and so long story short, went out and served her on Saturday. And it's such a great feeling to go out and serve other people and find ways to do so. So I encourage you to find ways to get out and serve other people. And we'll talk a little bit more about that in just a few minutes. Let's get started, though, with our call, and wanted to share with you guys, for that are brand new to the call for the first time, that rNetwork is a participation marketplace, and we are creating a financial revolution. And what that means is we are shifting the power and the profits from these big businesses and banks and things like that back to you as an individual. And that is our vision. That is our statement. That is who we are. And through the power and the growth of the network, we can leverage exclusive savings, which you'll hear a little bit about that today, a few minutes. So I wanted to share that with you, first of all. Second of all, is that this company was set up on three guiding principles. First is to find out where the world is going and get there first. Second is to make more money than you spend. And three is to lose your life in the betterment of others. And today I have asked Mr. Stahl, Mr. John Stahl, to share his thoughts and a message to go with that. We're going to pick lose our life in the betterment of others. What a better time than now to talk about that. So John, I'll turn it over to you.
Yeah, absolutely, Dave. And thank you so much. And you know what? I believe, and a lot of times you'll hear me say this, right, on when we do the overviews and when we talk, I really believe that that's the true mission statement of the rNetwork. And that's really what this company stands for. So when I think about, to lose your life, to lose yourself in the betterment of others, the picture that comes to mind is the rNetwork, and part of that. So when you really take a look at that and almost look at that as kind of like the participation marketplace with the different verticals, well, you could take that statement to lose your life in the betterment of others and create your own verticals. And one of those possible verticals, I just happened to write it down, would be ARC, right? Kind of going back to Noah's Ark, right? Acts of random kindness. And that's something that we can really exemplify as true champions of the rNetwork when you go out there, when you're out there shopping. And Zoya and I have actually done that. We're blessed, that she owns and operates a, personal care home. And so when we're out there getting and buying groceries, when we're buying, water, when we're getting toilet paper, when we're getting some of those essentials, in the back of our mind is, who else can actually benefit from this? If all of a sudden they get into a position of, of need, of desperation, can we be that branch? Can we be that option for them to help them out? And it's really, it's really an opportunity to really give and to give back. I wrote down, I think what's so special about the rNetwork is that we have this incredible spirit among all of us, which is the servant's mentality, right? Having that servant's heart. When I talk to people, and a lot of people that know me, and this is what I've always done, Dave, as far as in my businesses, and I think it's really lent to my success, is that when people come on board, when they join the team, they don't serve me, I serve them. I'm there for them. I'm there, and this is what I want to exemplify and live my life daily with everybody that's on board with us, with the rNetwork, is that I want to be there. If you have something that you need or something that you want, and it could be even something different than what, than what may be business related, I'm here for you. And I know everybody else on this panel and everybody else that's on this call, that to me is the difference. And that is really what I believe not only, signifies, but I think it identifies and allows us to exemplify what it truly means to lose your life in the betterment of others. Dave?
Thank you, John, for that. That's exactly why I picked John to share his thoughts about the losing your life in the betterment of others. And I just have to say, you guys, that you're only as good as the people you surround yourself with, and I choose to surround myself with some of the very best of the best. And in my opinion, John Stahl, Ed Terranova, John Johnson, Jeremy Jenkins, and many others, Tom Moore, I can go on and on and on and on, name them one after another after another. We've got so much talent, so many great people part of the rNetwork that makes this a very special place. And speaking of that, of being a very special place, some announcements for you guys today. So first of all, many of you have been asking about the IPO. And yes, we are going public, and yes, we are making some serious traction with the IPO right now. Super excited about it. Just got updated this morning from Mr. Roger Taylor, sharing with me that looks like we'll be somewhere in around the summertime. When you're actually going public, it's difficult to nail an exact date at this point of the game. Once we know, of course, we can maybe share that. I don't know. I'm not going to say we can or can't, but all I'm going to say is we will be public this year. And if I were you and you're sitting on the fence wondering whether you should engage and whether you should put yourself in a position to earn some free shares in the company, I would be all in if I were you. Knowing what I heard on the call with Roger, and we can't quote numbers or what we predict it to be or anything like that, but what I will say is that you want to earn those shares. You want to, and you don't want to miss that opportunity. So that's the first thing I wanted to bring up was the IPO. The second thing that I wanted to bring up was pay with commissions button. We've had some sort of confusion, and that's probably my fault, and I'll take the blame for that, that we rolled that out, such an exciting announcement, and yet didn't put very much detail in it for you guys. So here's the deal. Pay with the commission button is simple. You click on it, you activate to pay with your commissions. Once you have done that, the button then disappears. But I want to tell you what I'm spearheading at corporate. And I've talked to them today. I actually have my corporate executive call on Wednesday, which will be discussing timeline and when this will be done. But I want that button to turn gray from red when it's active and show it that it's activated. And the reason for that is that you need to know that you did it. So many people have said, hey, I can't find the button to go pay with my commissions, thinking that you had to go click on it to go pay with it. Once you set it up, it's a done deal. You don't need to worry about it. It should come right out of your commissions. But let me give you some advice, because I've talked to some charter members, and I had to kind of laugh about it because, again, we didn't put out the information necessary. So I want to share with this. Don't pull all your commissions out, or it's going to come off your card. I mean, you have to leave $50 in there, okay? So make sure you leave 50 bucks. Otherwise, I know, Ed, that's what I was thinking. But, you know, the point is, yeah, you do have to leave the $50 in there in order for it to pay with the commissions, okay? So don't forget that, please. And then you won't have to worry about it hitting your card again. So that's my bad. I'll take the blame for that. I didn't deliver that very clearly to you. And so I just wanted you guys to know that. Okay. Second thing, very exciting, the new global mall. Guys, this is super exciting. I was on there again the other day looking at some stuff that I'm buying, and I just got to tell you, I'm just super pumped about it. And the reason I'm pumped about it is that what I'm also spearheading with tech, with the dev team, what I'm doing is two things. The button, I want to show that it's activated. And two, I also want in the global mall for it to display to you what your discount's going to be, or what your commission or something, so that it gets you guys fired up and excited. So when you see something on, in fact, let me see if I can populate this for you guys so you can see what I'm talking about. So I'll just take Columbia as an example. If you can read this, I don't know if you can, but right in here, there's some text. Right here, it says shop now. Right up next to the shop now or below it, I want it in little parentheses or an asterisk or something that says you get 1 to 10% off through this particular store. So you now know that you're getting, not off, let me repeat that, 1 to 10% cash back on the commissionable volume from your purchase. How many of you like that? You guys like that? Okay. I know we can't see everybody, but drop it in the comments if you like that. Okay, good. Because I'm spearheading those two pieces right now, along with line item commissions to be line itemed out in the back office, so you know exactly what you're being paid in your network from individuals within your network. Now, I just closed my phone and I have my notes up, so let me get back to my notes. Also very exciting about the store. We just launched some more stores. I don't know if you saw that or not. And then, of course, by today or tomorrow, I believe, we have a few more launching. So we're just constantly going to be adding more stores to the mall. And guys, we have to flourish this economy. We don't buckle down and not order from restaurants. We just had our governor speaking here in Utah saying, look, eat out a couple times a week, but order it in to your homes. Don't not go out anymore and just, you know, eat mac and cheese. Let's support the economy still, especially if you're eligible to do so. So we want to, I'm not asking you to go spend a bunch of money in the mall you don't need to spend. I'm saying if there's something in there that you can utilize to get you through these times that we're in, then certainly go in there and redirect your spending through the mall. That's all we're asking people to do anyway when we're asking them to join our network, is to redirect the way they spend their money and save their money through different facets or different verticals, if you will. So very exciting about the mall. We're excited about the future of what we got coming into the mall. We're in phase 1. We're just phase 1 right now. We got phase 2, down the road here. That's going to be exciting. Then also another thing I'm spearheading with the dev team for you guys, and I'm excited, I announced this on the regional call a little bit, is I want to display in your back office for you guys your personal enrollment network, your PIN. I want to display a tree view of that. That means I want you to be able to see everybody in your organization that is through your personal network. Meaning that if I personally sponsor John, then John personally sponsors Ed, I can see everybody's information all the way down. And I'm talking email and phone number. So you can start to really build your business the way this is supposed to be meant to build. And guys, that's super exciting, because when we are able to launch that in the next few weeks, I promise you I will do a training on it, and I will show you how to drive this sucker down into depth, to build stability, and to bring up through your network excitement to reactivate people that are sitting there on the fence wondering whether they're going to do something or not. And I'll show you how you're going to do that once we get to that point, which should be in the next couple weeks or so. We should have that feature launched into the back office. So those are just a few things that I wanted to share with you that I'm spearheading with corporate on to make sure that it happens for you. And then the next thing that I wanted to talk about was our mobile. Our mobile had been taken down temporarily for about a week because we were revamping that program, and we're just about to relaunch it again here in the next day or so. But here's what's exciting about this, you guys, is now it's residual off of every line switched. It's residual every single month for 2 years during the contractual agreement of that person who switches. So now what starts to happen is it pays that into the TVS on a residual basis. So you start taking your number of $2 to $3 and so on. And that's super exciting, you guys. That's happening, and it's happening here really quickly as we start to go into that. And all that's holding that up right now is the dev team is just overwhelmed right now. We've actually hired another dev team person as we speak to help speed up the process on some of these things that we're working on. And so super exciting about that. We're also preparing ourselves for launches, pre-launches in a lot of countries right now. And I say a lot, a handful of countries that we're going to do some pre-launch in. What I mean by pre-launch, we'll have something promotionably or something that will go out for those specific countries based on where they're at, what the situation is that we're working on, that I think is super exciting. Just shows to me that we're growing and that we're moving in the right direction. So if you ask me, that's pretty exciting. The next thing that I wanted to share with you is I wanted to talk about the new back office and the new website. That is still in the works, and you want us to have this absolutely perfect before we roll it out. And what we mean by that is we want the spelling, we want everything to be perfect when we roll this out. And that's exactly what we're doing, is we're going through and making sure that that not just that kind of stuff is perfect, but the storyboard of it is perfect, because the website will be done in a storyboard. So people can feel like they can come there and get a real education about who we are, what we're doing. And all of that's important to us to make sure that we roll that out appropriately. And so just hang in there. I thought we were going to be sooner than later, and it's probably going to be just a little bit later than I thought, which is why I thought right around the end of this month. So just be patient. Part of that is we want it to be good. We want it to be like make an impact for you. And we're working, and we've gotten some feedback from the field that we've implemented some of the ideas that we've received from the field, which I thought was really cool. That these guys were willing to go, yeah, if they want this kind of thing, let's put that in there. So, but I'll tell you this: the new back office is super exciting because it's really going to display your business nicely. And one of the things that we're also spearheading right now from my department, and it's me, but and all of you, is that I went to the dev team and said, look, you know, one of the problems that we see right now is when you guys look at the qualified or the active charter members in your entire organization right now, you're seeing everything. Now, what I mean by that is you're seeing everything that's even below the 10th tier of the compensation plan. That number is everything below that. So we're going to make a slight adjustment here shortly that I think will really make you happy, because it's going to give you more exact detail of what you can make. When you see the number in that little active, you're going to say times 2, that's what I'm making. But then when you get paid, we want it to be, we'd rather over deliver. So when we deliver the next time on your payday, you're going to say, oh, I thought it was going to be 400 and now it was 680. Well, that's because of the compression that's below the 10th tier. That's going to dynamic compression up from the other charter members below that 10th tier. That's why some of you may have saw a check for less than what you thought it should have been based on that number. That's our fault, but we knew we were going to run into that eventually, and we needed to make adjustments to that. So you're going to see what's actually you're getting paid on is what's going to show active in there. And I'm working on another one to be the side of that would show total activity, but then also over here. We want it to be a little more surprised when you get paid more than you're supposed to. That's always a good thing, not a bad thing, but we also want it to show the compression's working. We know that it works. We know for a fact it does. We've tested it over and over and over again. We know it does. So I wanted to deliver that to you, make sure that makes sense. And that's pretty much it on that. As far as the updates go. I know many of you have questions about the bank, and I always like to bring that up and let you know that it's still in the picture, it's still in the works, it's still in the process. Guys, this is you got to have a long-term vision with our network. That's just the bottom line. You have to. If you don't have a long-term vision, then this probably isn't the company for you. Okay, sit on the sidelines and wait if you're just not willing to do so. But right now, this is the best opportunity that I can honestly say for the least amount of money, for the easiness. I mean, I just had my neighbor ask me yesterday, what is it you do? And I was telling him, and he's like, what? Like an Amazon? I was like, yeah. I mean, I didn't even said hardly anything. And as soon as I'd done, he's like, well, what do you mean by that? And I was like, well, can you imagine getting paid every time somebody that you referred to Amazon bought something, and you actually make money every time somebody buys, right? So I did that type of thing. And he's like, holy crap, that's awesome. And I was like, yeah, and because we're talking about how I'm able to work from home right now. I was like, I'm so grateful to have an opportunity that allows me to work from home. Guys, we don't need an office for corporate to be successful in a business. We could all work from home without that corporate office. Every one of us could, due to this type of technology, right? So here's what I want you to remember when you think about, should I sit on the fence? Should I jump in the game? Should I trust what they're saying? Yes, you need to trust what we're saying. You need to know that what we're saying is actually happening. I just want you to know the bank's still in the run. The public entity's still happening. You're going to see it this year. And on top of that, look at what we've already delivered. The mall itself, just getting into the name brands that we have today are phenomenal. And the fact that you're actually not just making money, but you're getting cash back when you purchase something. When you purchase, you're getting a cash back between 1 and whatever percent, 10%, and that now is going to reflect in your commissions. You're going to see that in the next 30 days. We have to have 30 days under our belt for the mall in order for the mall to produce what it needs to produce, so we can throw it into the commissions. And so you'll see that. That's part of the line items that I was talking about. Line item out what the mall pays out. Line item out what you're getting paid in your TBS. Line item out when you get paid from our mobile, from mortgage, whatever. I mean, all that stuff is going to be line item out in your back office, so you know exactly what you're being paid. Trust me, it's happening. And you just need to stick with it and understand that if we just work hard and we just keep sharing and sharing and sharing and sharing, you will find that one person who goes out and does the same thing you're doing is working as hard as you. You're going to find a few that work hard, but maybe not as hard as you. But here's the thing. This opportunity is incredible. And if you're smart, you'll pay attention to what we're doing from a corporate standpoint, like we just did with our regional event here in the Mountain region. Our next one is the East Coast event. And I'm super pumped about this next event because we've had nothing but excitement has come back from that and just said, man, I got so excited from that thing. I mean, I had John Johnson call me saying, I was so excited, man, I'm so pumped. And here's the guy at the top going, I'm pumped. I mean, because, I mean, people, when you got people like Ed and John doing presentations, and you got Jeremy sharing their training on how to build this to 10K in the next 7 weeks, guys, it's all about numbers. It's just putting enough people in front of you. That's it. And helping and duplicating and teaching and teaching and teaching. And once you do that, it pays off. But guys, the next regional event's happening on the East Coast. Right now, we only have 68 people registered. So I just want you to know that. But here's the thing. No shame in that. That's absolutely phenomenal. But here's what I want to tell you. It's going to fill up. I have no question in my mind. But if it doesn't fill up 24 hours before the date of the 9th of April is when we're doing it. April 9th. I have to make sure that's right. Yeah. April 9th is when that event's happening. It's a Thursday night, 7 to 9 o'clock. We're going to have some trainers on there that will be training some topics. And let me just tell you something, guys. There's so much talent to be learned from in this company. We'll be sharing those talents inside these regionals. The next region after that, and the next regional after that, we're going to be reaching out to you in those regions and identifying where we're going next with the next regional. So get excited, because I would, if I were you, I'd want to tap into this regional event. And especially towards the end, if there's some seats left, great. If there's no seats left, I might do something surprising to you and allow you to join it anyway, but we'll see. But right now we have 500 seats we need to fill, and we're going to fill every one of them. Now, let me speak to that. This isn't just filling it with charter members. This is filling it with people who are interested in the opportunity. This is like a opportunity call on steroids. Think about this. This is your opportunity to have them. This is as close to rubbing shoulders at an event that they're going to get that experience. If you've ever been to a live event and you walk out of there, how you feel and go back and try to translate that to your team is almost impossible, because it's how you felt when you were there. So I want you to understand that this next regional event is going to be massive. And I've got a guest speaker coming that you're all going to want to hear from, trust me. And so if you're on the East Coast, in any of the East Coast time zone states, you need to go get your tickets and get with John and Ed to get those tickets and know how to go get them. They've got the link. They can share it with you. And the leaders of that area, JP, Smith, all those guys have those links and can share those with you so they can get you hooked up. But here's the thinking, guys. It's not just for you. You have to understand, these events are not just for you. In fact, they're not even for you. They're for the new people. They're for you to go on and register yourself and either send the link to your friends, your prospects, or for you to register your prospects for them. However, but this is for your new people to come in and hear an overview of the company, to get excited. And by the way, I got to give kudos here in just a second. And number two is to be able to feel the heart and the spirit from one of our founders of the company, which you don't want to miss this one. And then the second or the third thing is to be able to just sense the culture of what this company's about. And they're going to feel that when they get to be a part of this. So enough about that, but it's coming up April 9th, 7 to 9, and with a guest speaker from corporate. It's going to be, or corporate founder. So that's going to be awesome. So let me give kudos, and then I'm going to turn it over to some of our moment sharing moments here. I want to give big kudos. I got off a founder call today, and they were raving about Ed and John's presentation on Thursday night. And I got to tell you something. I was so proud. I couldn't hold my head any higher. Like, I would be popping out of my ceiling here if I held it any higher, because they were just so pleased with the professional, great presentation, to the point, covered everything that needed to be covered. In fact, they asked for the link. They want to watch it again. So I just sent it to them again today. And not to critique them. It was more to say, what can we do to improve the presentation as far as anything else we could add or take away? And that's what they wanted for. It had nothing to do with it. So I want to give big shout out to Ed and John for your presentations and inviting your guests in like you did. It was professional. It was done good, very, very well. And thank you for that. Thank you for what you did. It was amazing. Just wanted to tell you that. I wanted to turn some time over. First of all, I've asked some people to share why they got involved with our network. And this is my favorite part of this whole call. And the first one I asked is Teri Hoop, if she'll hop on here, dynamite superstar here, hop on, share a little bit about why you got involved in our network.
Thanks, Dave. I have appreciated so much what you've been talking about because I watched a documentary on Jeff Bezos yesterday and Amazon. And the message I got from that was that big things start small. And he wrote a letter to all of his investors and said, this is a long haul, you guys. We are not going to make profit for a long time, and I need you to stick with me during this time. And they did. They went years and years and years before they made profit, but their objective was to grab the market share, which of course they did. And they're, you know, huge. Everybody knows that. So the fact that we're involved with a company that takes the concept of Amazon but gives the revenue to us is so huge. And so my message to everyone today, my hope is that everyone can understand what they have their hands on, to catch the vision of it and to commit and to run with it, because I have never seen anything like this in my life. I'm just a homeschool mom. You know, everybody's homeschooling now, but I've done it for the last 23 years. And so I don't have the professional training and background, but what I do have is vision. And I've been involved with other companies, and I was building another one when I heard about our network. And I didn't want to look at it because when you're focused on something, you don't want to be distracted. But there was this fear in the back of my mind that if I didn't look at this, what if this was my vehicle to what I'm trying to get, which is financial freedom and time freedom, and I didn't even look at it. So once I looked at it, I thought, holy cow, this has never been done before. This is amazing. I had to do it. I quickly got my 10 people and started building my team and helping them get their 10. And it's such a simple pattern to follow. If you just take the training and duplicate, anybody can do this. And so it's phenomenal. So I'm just so happy that I have this opportunity, that I can share this opportunity. And my mind is blown by the vision of where this company is going. So I am with you 100%. Grab those shares right now. You will not regret that. And just go like crazy. It's just, I just feel like I can't do it fast enough. I'm so excited. And when I watch you, Dave, thank you so much. You help us all to stay into that energy for the vision and want to run. And I just really appreciate everyone at corporate that is doing everything they can to make this business amazing. And I'm just so excited to see where we go. Thank you so much.
Hey, thanks, Teri. You bring up a good point. I love that what Bezos has said. I mean, that to me, that just tells you everything, you guys, is that everything starts small. And we are very small on the block here when it comes to this kind of thing. But the potential, see, I love what Troy said on Thursday night about the fact that you guys, you just have to look a little bit long term with this and understand that when we say that the bigger we get, the better it gets, we really truly mean that. That means that we go to phase 2, where we now go and get a much deeper discounts or much deeper commissions, if you will, with these different retailers. So I think it's just super exciting. So thanks for sharing, Teri. Appreciate your energy. Love it. And next, and without further ado, I'd love to have Linda Morrison share with us. Linda, are you there?
I'm here.
There you are.
I'm here.
I got you.
I'm so glad my camera's not on. I just got out of the shower.
That's okay. We'll take it either way.
That's okay. I'm grateful that I can say something. When I heard about this, I really had given up on any network marketing at all. I had been burned so much. I've got people that owe me thousands and thousands of dollars from all the work that I did that went kaput. And so I had basically given up on it. When I heard about the concept and the dream and how this can help just the regular guy, it's not the big fish, it's just everyone. I just thought, okay, if I can help my neighbors and those that I care about and those that I come in contact with, if I can just help them put food on their table or help their dreams come true, I thought, okay, I'm in. I didn't even talk to my husband about this. I had prayed about an opportunity to supplement the income that we get from Social Security. And I just thought, okay, I've heard it. The backstop's here. It's done. I'm all on board. I don't sleep very well because of this opportunity. But it's only because of the excitement and the opportunity. This has taken time. But I'm a very patient woman. And for those of us that are patient, that stay totally focused on what the co-founders are doing for us, and for those at corporate, kudos. I'm with it all the way. And other people have shared with me other opportunities, and I thought, why in the world would I do anything but our network? It gives me hope, and it's an answer to my prayers. And put the shoulder to the wheel. I'm moving along, and I want to be a pioneer to help this grow tremendously. So thank you, big time.
Awesome. Thanks, Linda. Appreciate it. And you're absolutely right. You know, we're all get to be pioneers in something so spectacular, in my opinion. And I know some of you had questions that you'd posted in the Q&A. And one of them was, is the bank going to be out before the IPO? And that is absolutely, most likely not going to happen. I don't know that for sure, but rather than telling you it's going to and then have it not, I'm just going to tell you it's probably not. It's the easiest way to answer that. So with that said, we also have another individual that I'd asked to share, and loved one of her trainings she did, and just I love this couple actually. So Allie Nell, and she's from Utah here also. So Allie, you want to go ahead and share?
Okie dokie. A lot of people haven't seen me around because look what the viral did to me. I have gray hair now. But someday you'll see a dark beauty, and I'll claim to be that person. Anyway, my name is Allie Nell. My husband Roger is at work. He's an architect, and he is the one that found this wonderful company. I'm the little MLMer in the family. I've been in a lot of these. I've been involved with Rick Voss and Teri Hoop, who is just on. And Rick called Roger and said, have I got something for you? And Roger loves Rick and said, anything you're involved in, I'll do. And so then he started going to meetings without me, and he said, you got to see this. And I just kind of tapped him on the head and said, aren't you cute? You're so cute. You think you know something? And so I wouldn't go. I thought it was ridiculous because he was saying no product. He was saying how easy it was. And I thought, red flag, it's too easy. Finally, he drugged me to a meeting, and I went, and I was blown away. I said, if this is true, if what's going to happen in the future and now is true, then our network is amazing and let's be a part of it. So we immediately got our 10 and we're both in, so we both got our 10s. Some of them have kind of slipped away for a little while, but like Dave said, they're on the fence. That's another thing I love, that because some people are having problems, okay, and things change and they can't jump onto the change right now. I think it's great that the company's not kicking them out. I think it's great that they get to watch. They get to sit on the fence and I get to say, look at this, look at that, look at the other, it's coming. Because when the time comes, I'll have hundreds of people join immediately. And in the meantime, we're trying to get fresh people who are looking at it differently because of the global mall and some of the wonderful things. I did want to say on Saturday, I was perusing my lines and it said I was inactive and I freaked out because I have plenty of money in my little safe, you know, and I had signed up the first time Dave told me. Well, it says inactive. So I had to redo it. And I went to Rick and said, what did I do wrong? And he said there's a little submit button after everything's over. And if you don't see it and don't touch it, you might not be in it. Don't know if that's true, Dave, but that's what he told me. So I'm in. I took care of that on Saturday. But I just wanted to say the company is like no other. There's no product overload. There's low fees for a real business. Better tax write-offs, by the way. Did you know you can write off your $50 a month? But in all my other companies where you had a product, you couldn't do that. Well, that's what I've been told, and I'm excited because that's pretty good. You can help all groups of income. You can help people who are students. You can help people who are single. You can help people who have issues with money. This is a way you can get them in. And then the people who do have money, they're pretty smart. They can usually see a good deal and they can see they don't have to put a ton of work in it. Just find 3 people and help their 3 get 3. Great compensation plan, love it. And then I love the compression. Wow. I have so many people who tell me that companies are set up that as you get higher and higher, you have break-offs and you end up losing money and it breaks your heart. Not this company. They don't do that to you. So that was exciting to me. Can't wait for the bank. Can't wait. Rick, I'll just say this. Rick Voss says, I'm so glad I'm on top of Allie because I know she spends so much money. So he wants to be in my TBS, which is fine. Anyway, love you, everyone. And I think it's great. We have all these wonderful leaders that lead the way, and I'm grateful for it. And I hope you stay safe and just tap the hearts of people who are losing work before people kind of are like, I'm not going to spend $50. I'm too busy with my work. And then all of a sudden their work's gone. Then you go back to them and say, hey, you got your $50 because I think this is going to help you. And I think it's going to humble a lot of people who weren't interested, but might be interested now if they can see that the money will flow back to them. So there's an opportunity there.
Awesome.
That's it. Have a great day.
Awesome. Thanks, Allie. Appreciate that. Appreciate it big time. So thank you for that. And next we've got the none other than the famous Ed Terranova. I've asked him to share today also his excitement and what we're doing. And I'll just turn the time over to Mr. Ed.
Hey, Dave, I'm looking at the clock because based on the question that you asked me, and that is why rNetwork, I literally can go on for hours as to why. But I'm going to try to summarize. I'm looking at the clock. I promise you I won't go too long. But, you know, I've been in direct sales network marketing for over 30 years. And I got to a point where I was frustrated. I was looking at companies and I didn't see anything that fit the criteria that I was looking for. So after being on advisory councils, after being national marketing director, regional marketing director, international trainer, being on inner circles with C-level executives, consulting to the industry, I decided that what I wanted was, number one, a company that had a product that stood on its own, that people would want without an opportunity attached. And I love the fact that Teri mentioned Amazon, because what I was looking for was a combination of Amazon and Costco in network marketing. That's exactly what I was looking for. And the reason why is that my wife and I got married in 1982. And in 1983, she came home from work and said, Ed, we're going to join this store and we have to pay money to go shop in it. And I said, what? No way. I'm not spending money to go shop in the store. And she said, no, it's some of my friends at work joined and they said, it's great. It's this big warehouse. They buy stuff in bulk. So you get some really good pricing. Anyway, back then it was called Price Club back then. Today it's called Costco. So I track Costco. Costco started in 1983. They have over 94 million members and they operate in 8 different countries. And their annualized repeat business is 88%. And I'm one of those people. Every May 1st, my card is due. I don't hesitate. I pay it. Why? Because I love it. Great products at great prices. That's what I wanted to do with network marketing. And you look at the cost factors involved and you say, hey, that's a membership. You got to pay for the membership. What a lot of people don't know about Costco is that 95% of their revenue comes from their membership dues, not from the products they sell. They got warehousing, they got employees, they have space, they have shipping, they have all those expenses. 95% of their net revenue comes from those annualized memberships. That's what I wanted in network marketing. That's what I was looking for. So I had this criteria set up. Number one, the product has to stand on its own. Number two, it has to be a low barrier of entry. And when we're talking about under $100, I've always said that it's an impulse buy. Anything $100 or less, most people can make a decision right on the spot. When you get into the $200, $300, $400, $500 range, $1,200, $5,000, now it's a buying decision. So we have that locked down. The second thing I wanted was I wanted it to be an area where people could become profitable right away. I love get free and it's better than free. I just love it. I love our Power 3 compensation plan. I love the fact that anybody could get started and within a short period of time, and we're talking a day, a week, a month, they could be profitable. And that number 2 of our guiding principles, make more than you spend, is exactly about that. Number 1, find out where the world is going and get there first. We are creating a new industry. The participation marketplace, I really want you to think about this. I always talked about network marketing companies versus traditional marketing companies. See, I'm looking at the clock because I'm about to go off here, Dave. I've been a student of the industry. And I love network marketing. I love the personal growth and development aspect of it. I love helping somebody dream and advance and set goals and achieve. I love that aspect of it. What I hate about it is failure. I hate seeing people fail. I hate the high attrition rate. And so what I did was I looked around at all the network marketing companies and the old ones that everybody knows, Amway, Shaklee, Herbalife, Nu Skin, Mary Kay Cosmetics, and we could go on and on and on. The 2 leaders in that group are Amway and Avon. And they've actually surpassed 10 billion, but they've dropped back. They're both about $9 billion companies today on annualized revenue. Now we could go out anywhere in America. I could go to your town in Utah. You could come to my town in New Jersey and we could survey 100 houses and say, how many of you use Amway products? How many of you use Mary Kay products? How many of you use, and we could go down a list. And what you'll find is less than a 3% market penetration. See, Main Street America has not yet adjusted to or adopted or validated the model of network marketing. And why? Because the products don't stand on their own. When you sell a bottle of juice for $35, Costco comes along and goes, oh, acai berry juice? Hey, that stuff looks pretty good. Let's knock it off. And they sell it for $7.99 for 2 bottles. It's $4 a bottle. I was approached on that company when they were in their pre-launch stages. And I looked at it. I go, wow, this looks amazing. But a bottle of juice shouldn't sell for $35. A bottle of juice should sell for $4. And then I met 2 guys years back named Richard Smith and Troy Muhlstein. And they shared the same vision that I did. Hey, we know we could build. I've personally spearheaded over 7 organizations with 7 different companies that grew to over 30,000 people, twice over 100,000 people. And I looked and I go, I know we could do this. We could build the organization. We could create the distribution channel. But why does it keep falling apart? How do we build something that sticks? How do we build the Costco of network marketing? How do we build the Amazon of network marketing? And the participation marketplace is exactly that. I am blown away. We have a huge potential. A mentor of mine years ago said, dream big dreams. Small dreams have no magic. Why set little tiny goals for yourself when the industry of network marketing is starving for a company to come along and do it right? The industry is starving for what we're building right now. They don't know it yet. They don't know this exists. But when you could go shopping and you could bring people in that just want to go shopping and save money here, there, and everywhere, and they save, we make money. They buy a watch. Hey, John, you got your watch? John bought this watch, right? He said, man, for day one, I had to buy this watch. And this here watch, a beautiful watch. It was a ticket price of over $400. We got it for $59. And we're going to be talking about this all the time because this is John's first purchase. This is actually my third purchase. My first purchase was a sports watch that takes your blood pressure and your heart rate, because I work out a lot and I always check that. And then I bought a pair of shorts because I never have enough shorts. And then he told me about this. I said, oh, shoot, I got to buy that too. You know, well, what happens? He bought his watch, cha-ching. Some of us made money. I bought my watch, cha-ching. Some people made money. Every time people go shopping in our global mall, people are going to make money. Every time they decide to go with our phone service, and you think about the R brand. Kirkland is a brand by Costco. Our brand is our network's brand. We could diversify into anything and everything. People want essential oils. We could bring those to market at a fraction of the cost. People want different types of juices. We could bring those to market at a fraction of the cost. And this is what Troy Mulesteed said, and I'll wrap it up with this. On February 1, when we launched the Power 3 compensation plan, he said, just think about everything and anything you're going to spend money on being available through our network. Guys, that is revolutionary. The bigger we get, the better it gets. And the best is yet to come. Thanks, Dave.
Sorry, I had to unmute myself. that was awesome. And you know, you hit a couple great points that I wanted to just kind of expand on, you guys, is, you know, when Troy said that, you know, one thing he said the other night that I really liked is when he says, imagine anything you can spend money on, right, that you need. And I was talking to him today, and this is how crazy these guys are. I call them crazy because they actually really do think outside the box. These guys think so differently. And I'm like, man, the field's really excited about the mall. And they're like, that's awesome. That's just like part of it. I'm like, what? And he goes, yeah, like you got to think way bigger than that. I'm like, okay. And he's like, no, I mean, when you really start to think about what types of things, and he mentioned a little bit about, you know, what if we brought health insurance? What if we brought health insurance to the masses, to where you as a home business builder can now have your own health insurance through your company? Because we have the masses that we can go to an insurance agency and say, we've got X, you know, million or $500,000 or whatever. And that's when you really start to go, holy crap. And think about this. And it starts being paid in the TVS. You're being paid on your own and on everybody else's. And guys, it's not just health insurance. It's dental. It's life insurance. It's whatever, right? I mean, there's all these other facets. And the way I look at it is this, you guys, we're just getting started, and the wheel is just starting to take off. And I will just say this, you guys, that we'll be releasing some new things here shortly. And just to answer the question about our mobile again, when it turns back on, which you will know any day now, when it turns back on from that point forward, all accounts are residual for the next 2 years from the time that they hit that residual pace. And that's because they're only 24 month contracts, but they're residual. And so now you start to see the power of the network, and it's not just that. It'll be our security. It'll be, you know, our mobile, our auto, to whatever that you'll see go into there. And guys, we're just getting started. So I'm super excited, you guys. I'm excited for our next regional. I can't wait. And we'll be planning it and putting that all together, and we'll probably release a little bit of the itinerary for you ahead of time. Also, real quick, for the calls, if you didn't see it, I sent out an email today with the new you know, times and dates and it as the PDF. Yes, there. That button on the PDF is actually a button. So if you pull it up on your phone, you click the button, and awesome, Ed, good job. and all of that. And then the rNetwork.live site is active today with that also. So you can just click it anywhere on the page, click it, and it'll take you to any of the calls. And it's all the same button. So it should be really super easy for you to share with your team and get your team on these calls, whether it's this call or any of the evening calls that we do and the Saturday trainings or any of those kind of things we do. So make sure you get your prospects on tonight, 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And you'll have John Johnson be presenting tonight. So get them on there. And then, of course, Tuesday is Ed and John, and or John, I guess, and then Ed, I don't know. And then on Wednesday, it's Ed's training and John's training together. And again, just get them plugged into these, you guys. It's super important to do so. And then, of course, Thursday we'll have another presenter that, and I haven't told him yet, but he's probably going to be shocked when I tell him, is Rick Voss. So presenting on Thursday. So we'll see if we can get him on there to do that or not. But anyway, with that said, you guys, thanks for tuning in. I'm going to let you go. And if John Johnson, Jeremy, Ed, and John, I'd like to meet with you guys shortly afterwards for a few minutes if I can. So we'll be talking to you guys soon. See ya.